I just watched my favorite episode of Outlander Season 7. Episode 5, titled Singapore, was the best of the best. It nailed every storyline, every emotion, and every character. Here is my review. I laugh at myself, honestly. When I saw the episode title, I looked deeply and thought it had a symbolic meaning. But it turned out to be a reference to another battle. Battle of Singapore. Throughout the episode, Jamie tries to convince his commander that the British would not attack by land. Still, the high and mighty commander does not believe him, because why would he believe the word of a Highlander? This episode was all about inequality experienced by different characters. First, we saw Jamie, although an experienced soldier struggling to make himself heard. Even if it meant losing a battle or the lives of many men, the stubborn commander did not listen to Jamie. And in the end, Jamie was right. The British did attack, as Jamie said, and they had to evacuate the fort. As I said, different forms of inequality displayed themselves for varying characters. Claire, once again, suffered at the hands of misogynists. The army doctor did not show her any respect, did not listen to her, and did not even think she knew anything. Thankfully, Denzel Hunter was there as someone more open to the idea of a woman doctor. But it was sad that a man had to help Claire in that situation. For Bree, things were similar in the 20th century, but she had to take care of it on her own. Her new colleagues locked her in a tunnel on the first day. She had to get herself out. By the way, in the tunnel, there was a portal-looking blue area that was very loud. Bree ran through it, but nothing happened. I feel like this is another portal that enables time travel. But why didn't Bree say anything about it to Roger? I don't know. We will learn more about it in the following episodes, for sure. The biggest injustice in the episode happened to Jemmy, I would say. He was punished in school for speaking Gaelic, a language he was not supposed to use in school. How can a parent explain that to their children? How can you say that you cannot speak your language sometimes? It was hard to watch that scene. I also want to talk about other characters, of course. What happened to William and the hunters on the road was quite surprising. I did feel like the man they saw on the road was a little too welcoming, but I thought it was some 18th century hospitality. I didn't think I would see 18th century serial killers. Apparently, this family lures strangers into the house and kills them when they are asleep. Then what? I don't even want to think about it. I just finished watching Hannibal, so I don't need to dive into this. Well, thank God William was there, right? Committing his first act of killing? Besides that, does he like Rachel? I think he does, but does Rachel like him back? When they said farewell, Denzel kind of understood that something was going on, but Rachel also seemed interested in young Ian. Is she just friendly, or am I getting the wrong signals here? To be 100% honest with you, I just want young Ian to be happy. The boy suffered enough. I am biased, probably because young Ian has been in the story far longer than William. Just this episode, we learned that he actually has a son. When he thought he couldn't have any children and that something was wrong with him, he found out about his son, who he named Ian James. Ian won't be able to father the child because he has another father, but it was still nice to know that young Ian can have a child and form a family of his own one day. Let's also talk about the McKenzie. In a previous video, I talked about this in detail. I said he could be Buck McKenzie, who might have traveled from the past into the 20th century. It looks like I was right. Roger finally understood that someone was outside their house because he saw some trash that did not belong to the family. And someone also was watching the house, although they didn't show who he was. I hoped we would see Buck in this episode, but they are taking things slow. The synopsis for episode 6 reveals that Roger finally discovers the identity of the mysterious McKenzie. By the way, I should remind you there was a cast change, so Graham McTavish won't play Buck like in season 5. A new actor called Dearmaid Murtagh will play the role. So don't be surprised when you see a new face as Buck in the next episode. I want to also mention Rob Cameron, one of Bree's new colleagues. Even though he seemed nice to Bree, I didn't trust him one bit. I feel like he will cause more problems for Bree in the future. I hope I'm not right. Overall, I loved this episode. It had many emotional scenes that I enjoyed. Young Ian's talk with Claire about losing a child or Bree's emotional talk at the end of the episode. They were just perfect. I hope the remaining 2 episodes of Season 7 Part 1 are also similar or even better in quality. What did you think of this episode? What was your favorite moment? Tell me in the comments below. Don't forget to like and share this video. Subscribe to next season for more videos like this. See you soon.